Hey, what's up, Bev? It's Jamal. Just calling. I'm doing Zoom, recording with Zoom because my Clips app won't load on, my iPad. So um, anyway, I received your email and you had some songs that you wanted to work through a little bit. I've got them here, and I'll just kind of work through them one by one. And it's my pleasure. It's super fun. So I'm sitting in my attic at our house. It's not a very big space, but I think it'll work just for little things like this. And I've got a podcast I want to try to record with a friend as well. So it's kind of fun. Anyway, so yeah, the first song that you wanted to look at was Freedom, which is kind of it's fast, obviously. So it's part of a weird vibe with it. But with this one, I mean, it's 4/4 time, and we're usually playing it in like G or like B, I think. And so oftentimes we'll have, if it's female lead, of course it's been in G. I think Karina leads it in G. And honestly, like it's just the speed of it. So I think we talked about kind of finding your way into a song, whatever that might mean for whichever guitarist. Sometimes we've changed the way we play a little bit to suit our current skill set. Like if it's downstrokes, if it is just playing it full out, just trying to match the recording, whatever it is, just trying to find a way into it. So I know for me, the way I play this song is to, like, I play sort of this weird, like it's this sort of like a B minor shape. So it's kind of like the D like a D2, but then I switched up. So I've got my first finger here on the A string, second fret, and then the rest of it's sort of like a D shape. So that's what I used to play the B minor in that progression, because it's a quick switch. So when we're playing like B minor, C, G, to go to the B minor like that, these can be done, but it's kind of it's kind of clunky, or can be clunky if you're trying to play really fast. But anyway, the strum pattern on this one is very much just like it's a normal strum pattern, but just sped up, right? So it's like so. So I'm playing over and over through the intro and then into the verse. So it's like, step out of the shadow, step out of sweep into the wild. So it's that sort of thing. So I think maybe hearing that and playing that, because then I think I was probably playing at something like 80 beats per minute, but we're up higher, so it's more like. So I think that's probably about the right speed. And then it's the same strum pattern the whole time until you get to the bridge, because then you're just kind of playing on the hits. It's like, of course they're anymore. I can't remember. I'm looking them up now. But that's the only time that things change at all, because you're just like, chains will fall, just downstrokes to follow what the drums are doing, or to follow, I suppose it's to follow the lyrics, like chains will fall. And then you just follow the drums basically at that point. But just kind of looking at the songs, like the actual chords from the song. One moment, sorry. I have it here. All right. What is it in the bridge? It is, oh yeah, G over B, then C, then E minor, okay. So it's pretty much what I'm doing the whole time when I play. It's just following the beat there. But the pattern that I was playing before is, again, consistent throughout. So it's as you get into the chorus, where the how's it go? So yeah, anyway, it's very consistent throughout. It's just fast. But that is a way to get through songs like that. That's like, I found it to be a strum pattern that it's been recurring in other songs too. So getting that one down to 1, 2, 3, 4, it's kind of like almost a delay. You have to kind of, the smoothness of it comes over time is what I've found, because it can be easy to go that sort of thing, or you're kind of like almost robotic about it, but you almost have to get there before you get into the smoothness. So that's Freedom, which is, again, it's a more difficult one because of the speed, and strum pattern can be a little bit funny that way. But you were talking about Freedom as well. I'm sorry, Freedom, Glorious Day, and that's one that I wanted to look at just a little bit for a second. So this one, you talked about power chords and regular, just regular voicing, kind of like the standard, kind of within the first 4 frets or so. So I play it in C from my voice, so Alicia played it. And so I'll just do that here. I hope that's helpful. So anyway, the power chord version is helpful because of that sort of chug strum that you get before you open it up in the chorus. So it's the palm mute, like the, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that sort of thing. Obviously the song is 4/4, so you're just playing this consistent rhythm. Really, you're muting everything that's below the first, the top 2 strings. That's all you want to hear. It's just the top 2 strings. Slide down. I was buried beneath my shame. Who could carry that kind of weight? It was my turn till I met you. There we go. So it's all of a sudden. So that's what I would play like for the intro into the verses, and then you've got, actually I will go to like those normal kind of standard voicings, but before I do that, I mean, it's still really, you want that palm mute no matter how, like where you're playing it on the fretboard. But I'll just start, because I know when you're playing the C like this, you're still muting the top string, you're still muting the E string. So you're gonna really kind of focus on those top the A and D strings. So that palm mute is still. That's the A minor. So that's down to the F. So that palm mute, no matter what, it's, you're kind of, I'm not sure how much of this you've done in the past, but that I loved it, and it was something I I played a lot. If you know the band Caveman's Call, that's a band that did a few songs where they did some heavy palm muting, and I played them like crazy when I was like in high school, college, and I just played it a lot. So that became kind of native, or just one of the tools I had in my toolbox. But you kind of, you're basically like, I'm not sure how much of this you've done, like I said before, but you're basically pressing your palm against the strings right after you are kind of hitting those bass notes. So yeah, it's like almost like bouncing off those strings. It's pretty fun. But that's really just the feel for the intro and the verses, and of course that little interlude back. But usually you've got an electric who's playing the interlude before that bridge. But then there's the chorus, kind of like, then you called my name, then I ran out of that grave. And I ran out of that grave. So you almost feel like delaying the strumming there. It's like, so it's a kind of there's sort of a delay thing that's sort of happening there. Really falling into the rhythm there. But yeah, I'm not sure a better way to describe it other than just to have you listen to the song and then listen to what I'm doing and try to strum along with it. But yeah, so it's really, whenever we're opening up the strum, that's to like a full strum like that. That's the way that song rolls. So I know we can look at it maybe more on Thursday as well, but that one really is a feel song. That palm mute is something that it's just a learned thing, I guess, and something to play with and have fun with. So you had those two, and then you mentioned Graves into Gardens, and that it's just something I've done in a while, but I like that song a lot. And with that one, I remember it's you're doing sort of a hammer on with that G sustain. I usually play the open G. It's, I think maybe the first chord I ever learned was like this G like this with this sort of shape. This one's in, I think, 6/8. So we play that. So. So I like to do the hammer on for a little bit of style, a little bit of that sort of effect, as opposed to just switching chords. That's sort of that sort of switch. I like to kind of like that. Before I don't want to call it threes. But that, I mean, that's the whole deal with the Strums is just we don't play a ton of 3/4 songs, and this one being that it's being in the pocket on a 3/4 song. It just for some reason that it feels like you're slipping on a glove when you fit into it in a much different way than you do for me than when I do when I'm playing a 4/4 song because it's just such a nice swing to it. With this one though, there's no trick on this song. The only thing I can think of is maybe in the bridge. And I want to grab the chords real quick for Graves into Gardens because on the bridge there's some extra downstrokes that happen and they're fun. And that is really like I've always felt like that one's kind of like an emotion driven kind of song. Dun, 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 dun. And I just love that. And so I'm gonna grab Graves into Gardens. God, I think we should do that song next Sunday. Now that I'm looking at it. Sounds like, oh, we're doing it tomorrow night. For the what's it called? The first Wednesdays. It's tomorrow night. All right, so Graves in the Gardens. So the it's just the interlude. So on this, as opposed to just going, we get really into it. It's like. That's really the only difference there is that it's just the accentuating each down, just playing each downstroke instead of having the sort of switch back and forth. So it's like you turn morning to dancing. So it's just hitting the downstrokes along with, I know that's what the drums are doing too, so it's really the one where you're following the drums pretty closely. I guess I am wondering what questions you have in your mind when it comes to the strum pattern there, or what you're working on specifically, or what's giving you trouble. So we can talk about that Thursday, like I said. So there is that one, and then you mentioned, hold on real quick. The song "Do It Again," and then "Goodness of God." So I think the song "Goodness of God," the only tricky part that I've come up against is the intro. It's so I for a long time was trying to play the G sustained down there, but that never really felt right to me. And then I started messing around with that. This is regular tune. Anyway, So yeah, that song, "Goodness of God." Yeah, I'd like to hear if what specific things are a little tough, but yeah, um, that little part was vexing to me for a long time, and especially when we would like do an extended intro to the song, and you just be like having to play it over and over again, and just be messing it up so much. Um, but with this, with the strum there, it's really just the way your fingers are moving. So and then keep the um, strum kind of up on the bass notes though for the the little it's a kind of tiny little riff. I'm not even sure what to call that. It's just like a little movement. um, so it's like a little 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. And that last note, I suppose it just sticks with it sticks with the chord because it's a part of the G chord too. So you still get that rings through pretty nicely. Um, yeah. And now that I think about this, the way the verses go are a little funny, because they're it's definitely it's on rhythm, it's on the normal four rhythm, but the way that you move through the chords is kind of strange a little bit. So it's like, I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me in all my days. I've been in your hand. The moment that I wake up, I lay my head, I will see the goodness of God. So, the thing that always used to mess me up a lot was the E minor to C. And I kind of play it on an upstroke. So it's like, I love you, Lord, your mercy never fails me. So, love you, Lord, oh, your mercy never fails me. And it's a lot of walk ups and that sort of thing. So, in all my days, I've been held in your hand. The moment that I wake up, so that E minor, so it's sort of like, that's what I usually do. I play like downstroke, and then on the upstroke, I just want to slide it over from the E minor, and I just turn it into that C shape really fast. And then walk down. And I suppose the chorus that does have a walk down there at the end of the chorus. All my life you have been faithful. Yeah. But it's the same sort of deal. You're just kind of walking down. That's about all you ever get in this song. It's just that it happens a few times. Um, and thinking through the bridge, there's not a lot of crazy there. You're It's the same. So I do hammer on. I'm trying to do the smoothest chord transitions possible, especially because the acoustic is featured so heavily in this song that you don't want the kind of bumpy movements from one to the next. And so I've always tried to find the smoothest ways, like I was saying before, even in the song Freedom, finding alternate chords, things that almost like make do so that the transitions don't do anything but sound like butter from chord to chord, like almost indiscernible when the chord switches, except for you just, it's like a new sound, that kind of thing. Um, so there's that one. And then you had one other one. It was Do It Again, which is a song I just love. And I love to sing too. And For this one, it's there's not a whole lot of acoustic in the first verse, even in the chorus, but then depending on the band, I played a little more heavily in the second verse of that one. And let's see, I played it in this past Sunday. So I just stopped a cable on and played in G, I guess, again. Yeah. Looking around these walls. Yeah. So anyway, I'll grab the chords really fast because there's not a whole lot here, but the bridge is kind of what is the sticky spot in this song from my recollection, recent and past. And I still didn't get it right this Sunday, unfortunately, but the issue I was having is the da, 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 which is probably the issue that everyone has when they're trying to sing and play the song. But on this one, the great thing is that it just repeats itself over and over. Where is it? There it is. Okay. I should have had these chords prepared. My apologies. This is going to be a very long video as well, so I may even upload. I'm going to upload it to YouTube and probably put it in segments so you can just find the spots a little more easily. But yes, yeah. Okay, so just thinking through. This song has a lot of downstrokes for acoustic. To keep it, because the band is doing so much of the rest of the work, the other parts of the band. It's so electric driven, and you got the keys electric driven, and the drums, and the acoustic is just it's very background. But what I found is, especially in the bridge, it can drive things a little bit more. So rocking back and forth. So the G over B, C, and then G over D over F sharp to G. So it's just you're just playing just the downstrokes. You're playing I guess the quarter notes. I suppose it's eighth notes. You know better than I do. Back and forth doing that. And that's a long time that way. It's that's just that, because you're playing that whole thing, you're playing the instrumental, and then you're playing the bridge. It's probably, I think it's 3 times, and then the interlude. So you just play that over and over and over and over and over and over. I do know in the second verse, it's supposed to play the second verse and then the chorus. You can get into sort of a full strum. It's like, if I recall correctly, we did just a little bit of that yesterday, or Sunday. It's like, promises grace, great is your faithfulness, faithfulness. This is my confidence, never fail me yet. So you can get into that, or you can play the downstrokes. And again, this song, it works especially well. It's like, because it fits what the vocal or what the lyrics are doing. It's like, still stands. Great is your faithfulness, faithfulness. You kind of throw in a little upstroke here and there for the big transition between lines. Still in your hands, this is my confidence, never fail me yet. So that's my way into that song. Full strum can be a little off because of what everyone else is doing, and it doesn't, I don't know, acoustic doesn't seem to fit very well in the song, except for if you're playing downstrokes and if you're on the bridge, really just going on the changes and just continuing the downstrokes there. It adds a nice rhythm layer, and it's fun to play too. You're definitely, that's a real contribution, I think, in this thing. So that's 5 songs. That's 5 whole songs. Let me know if this kind of thing is helpful or if it's just me droning on, which I'm not trying to do. But happy guitar playing and looking forward to hanging out on Thursday. Talk to you soon. Bye.